each time we were baby jolly me bian, I won't fear no. Na mame no, or whom we be intino. Now I start to say, eh, or so some cotton nyama. Sino, if you are, or jolly me biana, or to me bema. Into or to me bema sana. Na I did Ebiana, my pepe.
I was for my more hmmmm Diamond TV. So, Mr. Subscribe page, share content, na like and so many and talk to a general elho. Maybe some no child, dear be. Na man for Pina, etu for say Obesa, Nigeria Muno, a year titru, say be all babe from 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, aircono. No much less, the obey any beer no share. Obu Okrampo, Sabio, Abrofun Podie. Ghana for na wabruchi no mo kire se oba no kra no se be ohoro na se kra ma no so kwa school na ye tototo na no kakra otimi ka se ne maame ana ne papa e de ne sa hye ho na se akwakwa sexual harassment enso ne bia na ohoro ho na ma no ba oba Ghana ha de ya ya na edware ye ma no obu okra at age 10 and 11 na mu dware omo ene ade obu o dware a no ne na dware aha yese no na enye kra na se bia wu dware na woni na edware na yese enye na we de enye so dware na oni ni dware we dware na wie no maame no na ode na kodem na se bua twetwe ne be ma na agina so o se mpese me hesa wo ye be ma afie hu ya na maame na gasa akura atena so no o kire se maame ne wan no ho afie wie na ohun se sabi akra no ho asane na at age 11 no o se ha na mpese me hesa wo ye be ma ajadie bia abusia for areho pomodi na hwe video ni
Abrante akwaba
na
bacho ti say
ayo
good ye kasa akwaba nka ye na ye ka ye jana ye nua akan kasa de munsua ye kura o Ghana for akwaba
na
what's that can be you are welcome.
Thank you.
Radisha had your boko come on some share it didn't be no person use
But your friend me Arnold.
the friend Arnold Arnold come on some share me
about your friend me Arnold na me name maame na ete e wo compound house compound house me wo madam bia your friend madam Ejewa aye ne ti compound no so na me maame a business woman ade bia okọ dwam koton ade nti de bia na wa busy nti okosa na akọja me ama maame no se maame no hwe me so na ondware me na on fa me ko school nti during that time no sometimes e bi wa maame no be frame me kotina maame no ho na maame no adware me na on de me ko school nti on me ko school sana na maame no e refer me se me ne kunu ana se me husband me akola no amaka say me kunu eti sen amaka say o mommy eye enti sometimes no me ti me nchen a obenyu edwane na wadware me no ni me ko school ansa na e bia me mama efi kroma aba asama me ken is ache
okay
ba asha me so ntino na maba security say me ba beka enti me ko school a ebia mama need me ko school a obedware me no ni me ko school ye ko school a school kwani so kra otimito toys ni biscuit amam because me akola te be dru baby each time be oba bedware me bia e wo ni fie no na mama no ohun mi bibia enti no na wa start to say so me kote ni nyama sino ebi wo ha odware me wi ana otwetwe me bema nti otwetwe me bema ne sana na ya didinde ebi ana ma pepe nti ya sana oye sadia no to aso sama one day bi
otwetwe me bema
pachwan
odo tumpa so ana odo gina
odwale me wi o de me tumpa so na otwetwe me bema so opese me bema mu yede no hu se me ye bema
as young, as small as you were.
Pachwan.
Where do you roughly how many years?
I made roughly 11 years.
11 years.
Pachwan.
That time.
Pachwan.
No chuchu bema. So, purposely we are doing.
Pachwan. Until yes, son. na dabi wo ami kwa okudware me okwadware me no odware me wie na no say me besi na me nko ni dem no nkyere mbibi nti ye ko ni dem e wo ni bedroom e ko e no se me nda ho no na o start twitwi me be man o twitwi me be man wie na o tena me so ti o tena me so no na o soro o bathroom it was kosro bathroom me hu ba wie na o ka chem say we na person hu say me e bema
at the age of 11
patron
and then you know yo
ntina san oye wie na o share that to atade ani nyama e bia e be dada nkola e de brem esan ka chem say we a oni me aye mami nkan chiro bia na obekoso ama me ni agi de bia nti oye wie na oko market oni me ko market na e bia yakodi dwa ni nyama na oni me asan be fie nti there was a day bia na me ni me mami edidi na me bo asem no so kire me mami say na AC na me mami say the me candidate onu onjimindi e ma ni bufu ye e ma offer ye friend saying ginger e yam ye na odi share me anu say me akolabone tia o kakaju
Oka chiro mama say mama no etwetwe obema no atena so na o mama anjendi
patron
so ojinja ona densi ye
ojinja me no na o si me yam forget asem no na we nya asem bia nti yam forget and I'm see you mankasa but na still sometimes it me dem na misu na ham and sometimes me cry me etina dem na mankasa masturbate
no wa otwetwe be
patron
ma me start no yes
I'm complaining mama and Mr. And since then, no, and me mami e na oko confront mami ni say na maka. But oka no na mami no one fana nye ntokwa one fana nye hwe. Nti for some week no, and I'm betting say mami no we 12 fie no akọ. Nti ebe yesan na me mami ontimi enka hwe. Nti ebe yesan na me be ko your friends in school into school no more na me do me SS level me ko SS
na utama uku school na ubeko SS na oda so etwetwe be ma
but na me da so twetwe na me timi sometimes me twetwe more than be say a day me timi twetwe be say 5 times a day
wow iti
yes and be ko school am be ko me de me nko bo adam phobia na madam for me ni bon komo edidi nti ebedu baby one time be na ye bon komo na me ka chen say oh on fa ni nsa enhye me nika no na me so me fa me nsa enhye ni nika no nti ehwa na me start twetwe ni be ma na ono so start twetwe me be ma mam so we did this for a couple of days without nobody seeing us so there was a day bia na ye ko prepare ye ko washroom akoye yakodware na ye dware na ye until there was one security man ono ohwe so until me twitwi me be man any guy ne de na security man
na guy ne twitwi guy ne be man na mienu na mo ye dey
na ye mienu no twitwi ye hu ti say bia me onu me maso onu ni kotim na no no so na me twitwa man enti ebe yes ana ni hu ba wie no na we security man ebe hu yen na o machi yen dey call your friend say headmaster no office report yen say at some abanye okoto nkofo we wo washroom a omu masturbate enti headmaster no a question like someone am I your parent afraid your parents say omumbra na there is an emergency enti your parent buy na ye Gh Nsem no na mama na ohun de obeka na like ti so on twi na adwen ko de na me catch no so na by then na school no so apa me and say yen kofi because they can't tolerate this ebia na obi ba akoye nti ma me continue fie one day na me tie me na social media me tie WhatsApp ni Facebook we na me tie sofo obi din say obi a o masturbate obi a o ko anwen mu a on contact number we ma me catch me say ni say na me wonti enko sofo in case na ye betimi anya mmoa bia ma ye be sorry ye sofo yo we see o emfa sika semba ye ko we so a we so see emfa we ba ba ye benya
masturbation
before sika enti be du baby na ye share sofo bi na sofo ni see yembra na ye be hunu enti before I be akohunu no na sofo ni see oh me a nice guy ba mami nsuro me betena ni nchen na mbetena ni nchen obeboa me na wayi me free sa nyama yim nti be du baby na me ma me ti ase e so ohun se wanye sa me hu entome nti me kotina asofo ni fie eni asofo bi mu a minimum ba akoye se pastoral camp bi na nana yewo nti e ho no na asofo ni se obe deliver me month du ya asofo no frɛ me embisa me hwe
ba na wo
na me wo ho me ye bibia me ti ni fie ho na me ni ye bibia
on frɛ
me embo amane no mpo en ka say oh me ba wasem na wo ka chem me bia me bompa ya fa ho ana ye fasting fa ho ana say you say and one say I was serving under him and still there until one day bi na oka meti them me call e no ma me dan etinemu until na meti them a me masturbate na wan bokokoko na oborem ti oborem no hu say na me masturbate na say o de bra besin come dem
obachi so masturbate
obachi me say me masturbate no say me besin ko ni dem until me besin ko ni dem na say me tina ne bed no so na oba nti okudware ye na obae na osi mindani mechi a metia ni se sofo ndi ni kotia ara me to fame
se why boni be
se me masturbate on pese o ma me realize se me feel bibi Joanna sofo no a start fame to yes, and Emma. Now me worried. Now me who dear me can be. I said no already. No, I was suffering from masturbation. And me pese me free. But I say baby I'm a beshe moon. It's more than worse. Say me your family to esa masturbation. It's now me who
other guys in the house. No. What were they doing there?
Obia wo ne dan na ebi agi sofo na frɛ se bra ana se bibi ese obia ne na ejuma a oye wo ho o ntimi nkɔ hɔ emfa obi nkɔbɔ nkɔmɔ ebi a mo bɛbɔ nkɔmɔ ebi agi asɔre mbɛkɔ asɔre na mo abɔ nkɔmɔ ba there weren't any friendship in the house.
Okay.
Nti ebe esan ekɔ so saa each time bi ohiam bia na wa frame ono so di nyama e dada mentare ni coach ni nyama so obe mama ye ni assistant pastor ni nyama jo fami sama isi ane bi du bebi na minim de me ofami to tinache se mi fie no mu na mi so mi kote ma sorry.
Hey.
Because now, we say, Masum no kakraba, Manshea, ọbɛha me so na already na me kɔ pains mo pa na me kɔ pains mo nti me free ni nkyɛn ɛkɔ renti ɛdan ɛwɔ your friend say Kumasi honum side so sɛ metimi abuild me ministry ɛwɔ hɔ nti me kɔ no na me start me bompa ɛwɔ park so ɛyɛ fasting ɛsrɛ boniface ne nyama nti
boniface na da so masturbate
na me da so masturbate
no de untumi njai
no de na me ntimi njai ɛna na mbasɛm so nhyɛ dan ne mani so
mbasɛm ne wani so
ti ɛbɛyɛ san sisi ami mo no ɛkɔ na nkɔfo afafa me to na ma masturbate
once you was
na still na bompa fasting it was too it was too bad It's one day me call radio so say me call some 1 or 2 announcements be until that was the day me share way no ewo secret TV ewo way so na me say okay my main contact you na me share there is improvement e bia me ba there can be a change
to that yourself
patron
who members
patron
na members no only say you are addicted to
masturbation sometimes me koya me wo hotel me koya and I say me office you can me nya wo me office e bia me wo hotel bia me koya wo ho
one microphone koya
patron sometimes me friend call for
me go o problem is here the masturbation
patron
masturbation are all day is how do you do it? How many times you masturbated?
Sometimes you say I masturbate but say 3 times or 5 times a day. Sometimes me I'm cutting cry me. And
you want to stop?
And I'm pressing me time.
And to say a guy one more obian found to then
okay, that obi amfa me to no na my worried I'll just be in the room but I'll still masturbate even if my new obi amfa me to the masturbating will still go on because sometimes me kai nyama mami ejewani me frame na sometimes na ama me yesa nyama.
Wow. You want to stop?
Yes, please.
You think that you are mature to be a pastor? Be honest.
Well, based on Nyama Masua or Pastor Nancy and
Nyame Afro.
Nyame Frame.
Okay. We'll be back. To this young man, I'll buy on the story and I may summarize it at the amount. My name is Arnold and I have a secret to share. Growing up, I saw my mom living in a compound house. My mom had a friend called Ejewa. She was my mom's age mate. She liked me and always referred to me as her husband. She bathed me and sometimes even bought clothes for me. She cooked for me and sometimes even made me to spend the night in her place since she was alone. And because my mother was always busy at work, I spent most of my time with Auntie Ejewa. She bought me clothes and toys and sometimes took me out. Everyone thought I was her son. When I was 11 years old, I remember vividly that she would make me come to her room and bath me. And when I was done bathing, I saw her put me on the bed and pull my manhood and sometimes put it in her mouth. These were scenes I can never forget. She sometimes would pull my manhood until I got hard and sat on it until a white fluid came out. This kept going on until one day I reported it to my mom, but upon telling her, she got angry and beat me up. She said I was a bad child and was lying on her innocent friend. She put ginger in my anus and beat me up. My mom's friend Auntie Ejewa left the house and moved out. But the harm had already been done. I had started doing the same thing with a boy in my school who also told me of his experience with their houseboy. We would sneak out to our school's washroom and pulling each other's manhood. But on one fateful day, we were caught by the school's gate man. We were both brought to the headmaster's office with our parents summoned to the school. My mom began to believe what I had told her earlier. She started taking me to churches for prayers, but it was too late. I could masturbate for more than 3 times in a day. As time went on, my mom was listening to a pastor preaching and she heard the pastor mention my problem. The next day we went to see the pastor, and upon reaching there and me speaking with the pastor, he told my mom he wanted to stay with me and train me. My mom agreed and left me there. She went home to pack my things. As I spent 1 month in the pastor's house, I knew I was in hell, because some of the boys in the house, some of the boys that were living there with him were already into the act of masturbation. One day, the pastor caught me masturbating, and he said my punishment was going to be serious. He pushed me into his bedroom and had anal sex with me. That was the beginning of all my troubles. We kept doing that in the house. Sometimes I and him and other guys would do it together. It continued until I started my own fellowship and I had a few members. Now my major issue is masturbation. I'm able to masturbate like 5 times in a day. I'm dying in silence. This is the summary of what Arnold has come to tell us today. Arnold.
Yes, sir.
Who papa we?
Me papa, me nim baby am papa wo. Me nim mama ne etina asia. And I'm mama so am boss one chem say papa wo baby ana say wo say.
Chapter now when be sound mama about papa da.
Bacho dey.
I see. How masturbation then amount to then amount masturbation then a turn on.
Well, sound any say ebia makope oyo na me di masturbate na porn say na me hweba sisi porn nya me level baby am drew porn nya me level kra me hwe porn kra sheda em movie me to say real one.
Wow. And I was masturbate up to 5 times a day. And what else do you do again?
Maybe wo ho a metime ekoto konkumba ewo chrome ana say me fa brush any baby oil na me di insert me anus because of the soft one here me nti.
Wow, the brush a shishot.
Patron.
Any kokumba.
Patron.
Echo.
Patron. Say me di baby oil eye ho a ana say nku eye ho a
and a toothbrush.
Patron.
Hey! Brush all the Tuesday.
Patron.
Are you okay?
Mrs. Adam, okay.
And I'll find one pie. Who see Yami Fell?
Patron, Yami friend.
Tell them about that also.
On the because some software in Tina, Miss Me who say, met me, I be just say, you call bomb pie ma, for. So me who level ana me who send out here na ebia me show appearance na met me aka cho say na e wo so pe papa na me di na chi ntinu usu be believe patron
Inti nyame amfrɛ.
Pacho David.
Ba wo obi esa se odi sofo na chi nti kasa nipa na gidi.
Pacho.
Na wo ade.
Pacho David.
Wo ade.
Pacho David.
Do you then also go?
Me di ma adwin ni tactics bi na.
Adwin any tactics.
Pacho.
You free school on school dey want to aso bi.
David. Na school no so for enye easy. Nyama e koso e school ni mu na e say nkofo ma eni nkom kola ho because nyama bebre no most at times na free ho eba ansana aba krom because ukasa uba e ko board na unim de o kwa akoshe ana wanse o kwa akoshe tianu de enye easy e say e ma yeni ekoye mba ne ho pa because me after me realize say nyama amaye menya obi atum fo a anka enya se medru
Ote asori no aso no da so ye
asori ndi ogu dada because me hwe se na ya me na ma sisi a me hu anu yie enti me go asori no kra eto
ba won krofo ni omo bompai
na first na me won krofo a me ni omo e bompai omo krofo a me ni omo bompai asisi ade.
Guys, yeti Arnold Asem and Arnold me person me mouth here said dia wa komu nyina no you have not done anything onye bone me nka se suban no a wo mu ni nye bone o me pa che said dia wa komu no enye your fault. You have not done anything bad and your foundation and an area wrong. It's here you may the person may catch you say over to me a free masturbation. It starts from here. And if you are watching me now, you're addicted to masturbation, you can also stop because it starts from here. So over to me a jaya. You better start here if you are. Now my person will be say Ono mama na montem to say.
Oh, minimum mama na yentem here, but just that only time obeti ne fie. Only time nipa osori ahomache na we fifie. Ana bibi ana na won compound house. Nti na time there agi mehu na agi Sunday. Sned.
Guys, my problem is a lot of parents have gone on vacation. I say we makasa. Me start here free and mema so. And mema mummy ready you na nkola bebrea and nam streeter. Omo abrabo aye basa no. Eye mema yen ene amo mo abrabo aye sa. Ti mema afi ya sha se me pese me fire mema bebre. E mema so wo ha na so ye bema na wo hwe me. Na wo na wo hwe wo ma. You are breeding people like this. That's what you are doing. Mami enya time amount. And a lot of parents need time for their children. Mami enya time amount. And a lot of we parents need time emma. And then all we are hearing aunties, nannies, uncles. You need time for your ma. Ade ba ko ese so about time be are careful with. That nonsense me kunu ni me yiri ni oba we ye me kunu oba we ye me yiri. Apart from the fact to say spiritually dangerous because obi betumi akasa no de na no esiwa osusu na oba ne benyi na be yasem. Wo dia no to nchen a enipa bebre omo ye we ya me yiri we ya me ba no enioma omo ye wo kokko mu ebi na ato abranti mame pani akola 11 years sebe akono ben na wono ho a utumi twetwe akola 11 years bema na watena so na wo de ahye wonu mame na na yefre na je one or two mame fie no we evil ono no mu use to destroy your life omo future no say no na o mame so nto anamo o mame anji wendi and a lot of parents we don't listen to our children and kolano omo ya chede le nyame de omo maye de omo beka bia no we must listen to them. We your mother, we your father, we your parent, you are watching me and there me pacho nyabre ma uma nyabre na tie uma mama yam fire manna downful send your if anything the children will be able to confide in us and tell us. So your parent now burn to me kana someone chirewa, you are not being a good mother, you are not being a good father. Imagine if the mother had sat this boy down to listen to the boy. When tieno abra kolano starting masturbation, necessary kolano mo didn't go through therapy and your prayer. The problem with a Christopher and then they say, yeah, you be beyond Bible. A Juma ya necessary yeno, ya bob pay sing a menya my other than Yamaya Gilly. The moment the mother found out say Akolano, echo through that act, no, and no masturbating, no, necessary than therapist. The child was supposed to have gone through a lot of therapy. He should have gone for rehab. But near the name Bible. Never made the name of Bible. Wa brought necessary specialist. Never made the name of Bible. Wa brought necessary psychologist. Don't do God's work for him, because God will not do your work for you. Listen to me. Don't do God's work for him, because God will not do your work for you. And Juma won't necessarily yeno. When you know your mouth. It's no be an I am sorry and I'm your garden. Yes, Subas are so young couple and garden. It's a man yan Juma man one your dear mouth. My men and a lot of parents. Instead, some of them will call therapy, no, monam prayer. Obi yare e never call hospital, no, you not go to prayer camp. When you me what you obey your tom, for no call hospital, you fan by one count. Enter that you answer your bedroom now, bro, for the kind of that. Could be before, I don't know. What do back on Bible? Sofnu wa also no ba na betina. Background check ben or bad time wo ye ya answer na wo do ba no e ma sofnu ni natana. Background check ben. How did you know the pastor na okuta Bible nti? The devil also quotes scriptures. Okuta Bible nti na do ba no command. For many will come in my name. Bebre wo me di mo abehye nkom so no mu fi nyame. Sofu no hu na otemi dase Abraham akra so. Do a lot of background checks. One year. You didn't do any background check on the pastor. And I'll do back command. O sofu no me sure so my mo mesra wo poda.
Wo mo ana obefre.
No afre. O ma ho.
David.
Or the watch suffer. Look at that. Or no one monk come when Miss say, "Oh, or what to say." Look at that. I will for baby. I watch to Momegu. I will for baby. More watch to Momegu. One cosra ubano. One beside say cosay. What did not say was suffer. O siya suffer ni. Yami afrelo. Na mo suffer na. mudi nyame akata monim na mudi nsem hu no obi de ne ba brew na o fa no to asofo na mudi nsem hu no enche na de obeba ba mi de ameka wo no abrante ade bia opeso ye wa abrabo we mu na start free wadwene mu so sorry anopa we dware so sorry anopa we twuse sorry anopa we didi toilet de wa onim bibia sesa wo komeboa na chese wadwene na ye adwuma se wontumi an control wadwene an wontumi control bibia wa abrabo mu power is nothing without control and there's so betumi akach no se mentwetwe me be ma biemu a eye possible me do be for therapy mu ye do be for process mu am wajai e good so wa wate asese nya me frel cause asofu bebre nya me frel intermediate me boa then it starts from here so me see one gene piece me this answer who we bi omo a obetumi so masturbate 5 times in a day obetumi a start ya ka say me masturbate 5 times in a day me once a day me twice a week me once a week afi me nye bi nkra step by step untumi njai na to anso bi akasa oboa step by step untumi njai na to anso but we start kakra with empire any counseling I did be ma no nkakra between and you man how do we route to be kumu be ma fi be ware na obe ma ntumi nya adwuma and family me reroute ma me kwan na rade na me so ifa onant me dia menji won tira ba bia wo be kwa ba ye di nyame asem be ma ye no be bompae ye do be fa ye do be ma doctors team of doctors on my counsel who are now have issues with masturbation. The problem is the phone you are holding. And your man phone also right now, and most of our comedies are all sexual stuffs. Be careful what your child is holding. Be careful what your child is watching. Be careful what your child is watching on the phone. A lot of children have been destroyed with their lives and careers being destroyed by the enemy because of what they are watching. Obano kuta phone, but do you know what he or she is watching? I want to leave you here. If you are going through this, start by minimizing how many hours you watch porn. Stay away from pornographic stuffs. Chibe nyame, obabwa, nyame shirao. Production. Have I left anything? Come again. The lesson of the week. Lesson of the week. Parents, we must pay attention to our children when they talk. We must know our children. We should know what they can do and what they cannot do. Ye manu ye nya daje mo na ye nti omo. Ye nim ye ma se so nim oba no nya daje. Mo amo prepare sika na mo de mo meja nkrofo no. Lesson for the week. Let's listen to our children, pay attention to them, and know them well. God bless you. Well, God bless you. Well, God bless you. Well.
Me sure say o share video ni wie no ankasa wo se afem. De meka twa nyina nsa mum ye nyina enya hweye. Subscribe page ni share content no. Na afoforo nso enya bi hwe. Me da ase pay.